As long as the North still believe in Almajiri, it can never end. They know what they are doing. They cannot deceive us again. In the first place, who told you not to educate your people? Was it me? Nigeria had independence in 1960. All of us were here. You decided to choose whatever you want to choose. And now you want to blame us for your problem. Do you not have the capacity to give your people free education like Awolowo? The Igbos never had any free education. So, why are you not telling us that if you left them uneducated? I don't get it. You don't feel that you have this entitlement mentality. Is it our fault that this is not happening in your area? You people should go home and think. Yes, you created this problem. Don't run away from it. Why are they spreading all over Nigeria? Why are they spreading all over Nigeria? Why are they spreading?
Okay, let me ask you. Do you think there are no kidnappers and criminals in the southeast or the southwest?
Sir, listen. If what is going on in the southeast is the same thing that's going on in the north, in fact, it's like there will be peace in Nigeria.
All right. Thank you very much.
There will be peace in Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
But on your comment on education, I tend to agree with you that our leaders really has failed the nation because they have not concentrated on education. Everybody is after himself. I agree with you that one. I confess. I confess. But you see, what I will not agree with you is criminality is everywhere. Everywhere. In fact, we never heard of kidnapping and armed robbery. It came to us in the north from the south. It was creeping slowly, and it corrupted our people, and they are doing it now. So let us adjust. Let us adjust and understand them.
Today, if we should have them in the south, there will be no Nigeria. Is it true of us? We are trying here. We are trying here. We are
but
trying.
Do you know what? It's because the population of those underprivileged in the north is more. Is in millions.
Most of them are not Nigerians. You brought them here. The people that are occupying here, they are not.
That narrative. Look, nobody can tell you. Nobody can tell you like me. Because I have had one-on-one chat with them. You know, they are pure Nigerians. I wouldn't rule out elements of non-Nigerians among them, but they are Nigerian heartsmen. And one thing I want to make you understand is that, you see, the North, with this large population of really uneducated people, really is becoming a national. Governor Soludo of Anambra State, when he was the central bank governor, he came to Arewa House in Kaduna, and he said the poverty in the north, he fears that is going to constitute a security threat for the whole nation. He said this many years before even this started. So you see, we have to improve the economic situation and education and everything. Then this is the way to go about it. But if you see you want to do it violently, you want somebody to come and massacre people, that will not work. That will not work.
Let them try to tolerate the Christians, for God's sake. That's what I'm saying. They should tolerate the Christians because we have tried. No other religious group can tolerate what we are going through here. And it's because of this intolerance that is causing problem. When you pamper these people and see them as the best thing that happened after Jesus Christ, then they will continue to do what they are doing. You have never seen it as a problem. These people that are occupying Benue and Plateau villages, where are they from? What religion do they profess? All the people that are marauding all over the north in the name of Iswa, Boko Haram, Bandits, and whatever, are they Christians? Moses, are they Christians? So, who is behind all these things? Can't we tell the northern leader to come together? Take yourself inside the room and talk to yourself. These are your children. Even somebody told you that they are their boys. So when you have done all that, why are you coming and not to blame us?
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. So Trump talks about the genocide in Nigeria, and we hear especially the Muslims attacking Donald Trump and saying things like Muslims are also died or unalived in the north. The funny thing is that the Muslims know that whatever is happening in north are done by the people who believe in the Quran. Boko Haram, ISIS, and all the bandits, whenever they attack a place, they shout, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. So how is that a Christian problem? It is an ideology of global conquest. Sheikh Gumi once said that the bandits in the forest and they are for the same cause of Islamic expansion. So when Christians cry out that they are being massacred, the Muslims should keep quiet, because the bandits and the headsmen and all those guys are actually serving the global agenda. So what's the hypocrisy all about? What is the cry and the shout all about?
The action that the US is taking does not mean that they are coming to Nigeria to protect the Christians and start bombing the Muslims. No. The reason why it was tagged as Christian genocide is because it's the Christian population, that the Christian delegation that went and reported the crime. So should Muslims also go and report this crime, we should expect the United States to say perhaps maybe Muslim and the Christian genocide, because the whole target is against this militant terrorist organization that have been killing Nigerians for the past 16 years, and it seems that there is an inability on the Nigerian side to be able to nip this in the bud. And again, when you look at the political implication of the killings, there are some political actors that to some degree find business opportunity around these killings. So certain political will to nip this in the bud is also not being implemented. So many budgetary allocations was being made to the military and to the security services to address this thing, but some of these monies find their way in private pockets. In fact, there are so many reports that some soldiers even came online to report that they don't have enough ammunition to confront these bandits and terrorists. So these are the issues that become a concern to the US, and that is why I believe these actions is taking place. So I don't foresee any bombing coming from the US, but then they will take very restrictive action against Nigeria. But should Nigeria continue confrontational stand and intransigence, denying actively that genocide is taking place, then perhaps maybe they may consider military action. Thank you for the question. You see, Donald Trump is not like normal conventional United States president. He rules more with his instinct than with the books. And that if you look at generally the situation that they are facing in their home country, the US, currently over 42 million people have applied for food aid. The entire government has been shut down, for a long period of time. A whole lot of challenges is happening, and due to the Gaza crisis, the Palestinian-Israeli crisis that led to some massacre in Gaza, they lost significant part of their evangelical Christian support at home. So this action in Nigeria is seeming to revive and recover this lost political base, so that they can continue to sustain the political legitimacy and the currency to push for their MAGA agenda. So we have to look at it from that side. The second thing again is, you look at the new policies of Nigerian government, a gradual shift towards a kind of an independent economic model. Just recently, US became the largest exporter of crude oil. Then you now have Nigeria imposing 15% tax on imports of oil in Nigeria. Now you have Dangote planning to expand his own refinery to 1.4 million barrels of refining. And then you now have the same Dangote saying that if you have dollars, go and sell it, because dollar is going to crash. As at yesterday, dollar has crashed, from 1,495 to 1,421. So, and the US grand policy is to protect the interest of the dollar, because that is the guarantor of their power. So anybody that tramples upon dollar is directly training the existence and the supremacy and hegemony of the United States. So because of this, all actions must be taken to push these policymakers to the table for proper negotiation. So in as much as it serves his political interest at home by saying he is protecting the Christians all over the world, including specifically in Nigeria abroad, it also serves their own US grand strategy. So we have to look at this. So despite all the hullabaloo and the challenges and the rhetoric, once they sit on the table, I believe some negotiation can be stricken. But at the same time, President Trump is unpredictable. He may choose to strike, as he said. Because if that strike is going to give him this political legitimacy, he will do that. And again, as Mr. Makri even mentioned, over a long period of time, we have consistently did not take necessary action to destroy and stop these criminal elements from terrorizing our people. Although this issue is not peculiar to Nigeria, it's Africa, because in the whole of Africa we have over 50 plus active armed conflict. And this armed conflict is leveraging on large young population that are all out of job. And when you look at the underlying root cause that is pushing for these things, is usually lack of proper administration of the justice system. And I believe that is why you see some policies were created to allow non-kinetic approach, safe haven, safe corridor programs by the military and the state services, so that you can have some conciliatory measures. But again, still, bandits keep expanding, terrorism keep expanding from the northeast to the north central to the northwest, and it's even threatening to go to the south. So therefore, if this continues this way, I believe he might strike, but the chances of him striking, to me, is far less than the chances of him negotiating a better deal for America and also a better deal for his politics. So when we sit on the table. So it all depends on how Nigeria organizes itself. But one of the major mistakes was lack of ambassadors. Because if we have ambassadors since February this year, this issue started. The ambassadors will have been notified that this is what is happening. Memos will have gone back and forth, and issues could not escalate to the point whereby Nigeria will be designated as a country of particular concern. But because we don't have ambassadors, some of these countries will see this as a direct rebutter to their relationship program with our country. And this is also, this has compounded and contributed to this situation. So he might take action, but I believe the chances of him negotiating a better deal will be much more higher than the chances of him taking any preemptive action against Nigeria.
Welcome back. I know many of you guys have listened to what everyone have to say concerning this genocide of it in again. Although as long as the North never want to believe that there is a genocide in their region, this issue will still continue. Although the matter will be say bring me here, and be the one of Sheikh Gumi, where they normally come out to defend, to justify for the terrorists buying the people of this nation. If you understand what him and this person, Barrister Darlington, were at the first place they're arguing, you will know that this man never still change. This man now be the person where they normally come out to speak on behalf of the terrorists buying the citizen of this country. Now the same man now still here today. They talk about, they argue, see the reason why the terrorists are still in the north is just because that they have a lot of uneducated people in their region, according to him. That is why, as you can see, Darlington was there bombarding him back to back. Although the way Barrister Darlington used to do at times, he used to sweet me because he used to call a spade a spade. He don't give you respect. He give you respect by according to what you can offer to the public. He doesn't give you respect anyhow. That is why I like him and I like what he does as a person. If you understand how this whole thing they go on, you see this man called Shehu Adamu Garoba, this man that you are seeing here now. You see him, the reason why me I like him be see this whole genocide of a thing going on ever since Webisoki they come. He never come to say that since I am a Muslim, I am going to support my Muslim people because this and that. He never want to do that. He normally come out to let the world know that there is real genocide in this nation. That is what most of us in this country want. We don't need anything that will cause religious war or whatsoever. Although it's not today, it's not tomorrow, and it's not yesterday. This issue has been here for over how many decades now, but nobody wants to like put body on it. Even when this person been there as the American president, Barack Obama, he was the person who was even pushing all this agenda more, because he was benefiting from all this then. But now, see what everyone are now facing. Although I would like to give you some space to hear what this other Arewa has to say. Maybe when he finish, we come back.
As a citizen of this our great country today, I am telling you, I think it's time we should review the relationship that is between we and the United States of America. These guys are coming up with different types of tactics, not because of anything, but because they wanted to destroy our country and see that we doesn't exist anymore. These people do not mean well for our country, and I think it's high time we should start investigating most of those who study in their country, most of those who are working in their embassies, and their citizens that are working in our country should be under surveillance. We should involve the DSS, all our security agencies, intelligence, to investigate and know the movement of any citizen that is coming from the United States of America. And at the same time, we should also make proper investigation to know most of their spies that are within Nigeria, that are feeding them with all this wrong information in order to destabilize our great country called Nigeria. These people doesn't mean well, and I think it's high time we should review the relationship that is between us and them. We all are Nigerians, and we know exactly the insecurity that is taking place in this country. We know the majority of the people that are dying, even though it's not a competition that is going to, have some prize that will say, okay, the Muslims are the majority that are dying, or the Christians are the majority that are dying. We are all facing one single challenge, and that one single challenge is insecurity. And this insecurity is affecting everybody. It does not select Christian and leave Muslim. It does not select Muslim and leave Christian or unbeliever, a free thinker. When this situation of insecurity comes, everybody is involved. So for this reason, I would like us to be very careful with the relationship that we are having with the United States of America. As a citizen and as somebody who is concerned, with the, peace of this our great country called Nigeria, I think it's high time we should review it. Because the Americans think they are the only ones who has the right or the power to review the relationship they have with other countries. They don't know we are a sovereign nation, and at the same time, Nigeria is a state, is an independent state. So we have the right to decide on what we like and what we do not like. Nigeria is the only country we have. And if we cannot protect this country, if we keep allowing such to be happening, then I think a time will come when all of us will become refugees in other people's country. They will come in and they will destabilize our country. And before they come in, they will make sure they use many of our citizens in order to destabilize us internally. That is why I said there should be a proper investigation. They have paid a lot of social media influencers, especially those who are agitating, in order to see the breaking of this country. So we should allow our security personnel, our intelligence, to make sure they make proper investigation and fish out most of those who are coming up with this idea of trying as much as they can to make sure they destabilize this country. Americans have a lot of their spies in this country, and it's time we should review the relationship that is between we and the United States of America. Dear Mr. President, look into this situation. I'm telling you, look into this situation that is taking place in this our great country and see how you can solve the problem. We know you are trying. Please keep trying. We know the military are trying. Let them keep trying. But we have to review the relationship that is between we and the United States of America and any other country who come up with such idea of trying as much as they can to make sure they destabilize our country. We will not accept that.
Now that you have listened to what this Ariwa guy have to say, although he was there talking about peace and tourism, although I don't even know the exact peace he was even talking about, because even as I am now, I am still confused on the peace and unity he's talking about for this mess that everyone in. This one alone will show you that there will be no peace. Although I'm not trying to say, okay, peace will never come to this nation, but there won't be peace if we continue to be treating ourselves like an animal. The way some of them from the north, they see people from the south. You get how they see them. They see them say like, okay, south and north na enemy. So anytime any northern person don't see anybody from the south, they normally see any southerners. They normally see all the southerners as Christians, so they see them as enemy. That is their own ideology, and everything they cause this narrative, this whole narrative going on. That is what that is causing all this narrative. To say most of all these guys have to be calm or do their thing calmly, the way everyone wants. Everything would have been fine. But since they are shooting to follow their leader's path, I don't think this whole problem and this unity and peace will be okay. Them they normally talk. I don't think it go fit work. It's not as if okay at the same in making no work. Me like unity pass everybody, but the way it be as of now, I'm not sure say unity will be the solution to the problem we are facing. Currently, that's just it. You hearing this, I know I don't hear within this guy website on the C4 here has to explain concerning the Trump action on this genocide. Although most of them from the Ariwa, since they don't have any other excuse again, they are saying that he's coming to carry resources. What resources? Although I would like to give you some space to drop your own say on this matter, and also if today is your first time, make a like, share, subscribe. Thank you.